Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into a topic today that might surprise you. We're going to be talking about truck drivers.
Yeah.
Those folks who keep our country moving.
Right.
Well, it's easy to think their job is, kind of laid back, just cruising down the highway.
I think a lot of people have that image in their head.
But the truth is a whole lot different and, frankly, a little worrying. We've got some research that sheds light on some serious health challenges they face.
Absolutely. We're looking at this study from BMC Public Health.
Yeah.
Came out in 2024, and it flips the script on what we think we know about life on the road.
Okay, so this isn't just like a little online poll.
Oh, no.
This is serious stuff. It's a global analysis. 15 other studies all rolled into one, covering over 2,662 drivers.
Yeah,
That's some serious data crunching right there.
it is. And one thing that really stands out is that there's no hint of any bias. No conflicts of interest, no industry funding. This was independent research, so we can be pretty confident in what it's telling us.
So, give it to me straight. What'd they find? What's the big takeaway?
Well, they found a really high rate of musculoskeletal disorders in truck drivers, like way higher than you might think. We're talking over 61%.
Whoa, hold up. 61%.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely shocked by that number. I never would have guessed it'd be that high. So we're not just talking about a little ache here and there.
Nope, this is serious pain.
Pain that could affect their ability to do their jobs safely.
Right.
What parts of the body are we talking about here?
Well, you got to think about the kind of movements a truck driver's doing all day. Steering, shifting gears, even just adjusting those mirrors.
Yeah, I guess so.
Puts a ton of stress on their shoulders.
I can see that.
So it's no surprise the shoulder is the #1 trouble spot,
Mhm.
with over 31% of drivers reporting pain there.
Okay, makes sense. What else is high on the list?
Well, neck pain is a big one. Almost 26%, probably from constantly checking mirrors and blind spots.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's lower back pain, affecting about 23% of drivers.
I knew that was coming. All that sitting can't be good for your back.
It's not just the sitting, though. It's how they sit. The study emphasizes the importance of posture, too.
Right, so how does that play into it?
Well, think about it. You're sitting for hours and hours, day after day. And if your posture's off, it can lead to what's called spinal compression.
The spinal compression.
Yeah, it's basically the discs in your spine getting squished. Ouch. Right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
And over time, that can cause pain and even damage.
So we've got posture, prolonged sitting. What other things are contributing to these high MSD rates in truck drivers?
Well, the study also points to whole body vibration. It's kind of like being in a constant low-grade earthquake because of the engine and the road.
Oh, wow, I never thought of that.
It's not something you really think about until you experience it, but those vibrations can really do a number on your muscles and joints.
Makes sense. What about the loading and unloading of cargo?
Right.
I mean, that seems like it could be pretty hard on the body, too.
Definitely. It might not be constant, but all that heavy lifting puts a lot of strain on their back, shoulders, and knees. And it can add up.
Okay, so posture, vibration, heavy lifting. What else?
You know, we can't forget about stress and sleep deprivation. Long hauls, traffic jams, tight deadlines.
Oh, yeah.
It all takes a toll.
Sure.
And truck drivers often have to sacrifice sleep to make their deliveries on time. But that lack of sleep can make it harder for their muscles to recover.
So it's not just the physical demands, but the mental and emotional strain, too.
Exactly.
The study calls it a hidden toll. It's something we don't often think about, but it's a real issue for these essential workers.
I agree. It's something we need to talk about more.
It really makes you think, what can we do to help? I mean, the study does talk about some things drivers can do, right?
Yeah, there are some things that could make a real difference. And some of them are pretty simple,
Oh, like what?
like better seats, improving the ergonomics of the driver's seat,
Oh,
making sure it has good lumbar support for their lower back, adjusting the height so it's just right.
makes sense.
Even something as simple as a neck pillow can help take the strain off their neck and shoulders.
I bet. What about taking breaks, to get out and stretch?
Oh, absolutely. That's crucial. Getting out of the truck every hour or so, even if it's just for a few minutes,
Yeah.
walk around a little, stretch those muscles, keeps them from getting stiff, and helps with circulation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anything else drivers can do on their own?
Well, building up their core strength can really help too.
Oh, interesting.
Regular exercise to strengthen their core and back muscles. A strong core helps support the spine, so that
Right.
can really reduce the risk of lower back pain. And a strong back makes all that lifting and loading a little easier on the body.
Right, right. Okay, so ergonomics, movement breaks, strengthening exercises, all good stuff. I was thinking about this, and I know it wasn't specifically mentioned in the study, but have you ever heard of EMS?
EMS?
Yeah, electrical muscle stimulation.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've heard of it. It's been gaining popularity, hasn't it, for muscle recovery and pain management and all that.
Exactly. So it works by using like electrical impulses to make your muscles contract.
Kind of like a little mini workout for your muscles.
Right. And that can increase blood flow, reduce inflammation.
Even help with muscle spasms.
Yeah. So I was thinking this could be really helpful for truck drivers, couldn't it?
I mean, especially because they might not have a lot of time to, hit the gym or do a full workout.
Right. Or if they're on the road and can't easily get to a physical therapist or anything like that.
Could be something they could use during breaks or even while they're driving.
Exactly. And there are actually some companies making some pretty cool EMS devices specifically for this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Like who?
Well, one that comes to mind is Orium's Fit. They have this device called Fit EMS, and it's designed for muscle recovery and improving circulation. Seems like it'd be perfect for truck drivers.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of Orium's Fit. Don't they also make that thing for neck pain?
Yeah, the neck theater. That targets neck pain specifically. We know that's a big one for drivers.
Makes sense.
Now, of course, we're not doctors or anything. We're not making any medical claims, but it's something worth looking into, right?
Definitely.
You can find more info on our website, and we'll put a link in the show notes too. But this brings up a bigger question I was thinking about. Do you think this kind of technology, EMS, could play a bigger role in like preventing injuries in the workplace in general?
Oh, that's an interesting thought. I mean, especially in jobs that are really physically demanding.
Right. Like what if EMS devices were built into work uniforms or even the seats of vehicles? So you'd be getting this muscle stimulation throughout the day to like counteract the strain of the job.
Almost like a preventative measure, instead of waiting for an injury to happen and then trying to fix it.
Exactly. It could be huge for reducing MSDs and all kinds of work-related injuries.
It's almost like a futuristic concept. But who knows? Maybe it's closer than we think.
Yeah, it could be the future of workplace safety. But going back to the truck driver study, I thought it was really interesting how they talked about these health challenges as being like hidden.
Right.
I mean, truck drivers are so important. They literally keep our economy running. But we don't often think about the toll it takes on their bodies.
That's true. And it's not just the physical stuff either. The study talks about the mental and emotional strain, too. The long hours, being away from their families, the pressure to meet deadlines.
Yeah.
It all adds up. It all affects their overall well-being. And we need to do a better job of supporting them.
So what can we do? I mean, how can we as a society better support truck drivers?
Well, for starters, we need to spread the word. Make people aware of this issue. Tell your friends and family about it, especially if they know any truck drivers.
Right.
And talk to your elected officials. Let them know you care about truck driver health and safety and that you want them to support policies that help protect drivers.
That's a good point. And we can also support organizations that are working to improve the lives of truck drivers, groups that provide health and wellness resources, legal aid, even financial assistance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on a personal level, if you know a truck driver, reach out to them and
Yeah.
let them know you appreciate their hard work and that you care about their well-being.
Yeah, those are all great ideas. And speaking of well-being, I want to circle back to something we were talking about earlier, that whole idea of listening to your body and getting help if you're in pain.
Right, right.
That's so important for anyone, but especially for truck drivers, because the sooner you address the pain, the better. If you wait too long, it can become a chronic problem.
Exactly. Early intervention is key when it comes to musculoskeletal disorders.
So any truck drivers listening out there, if you're in pain, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor, go see a physical therapist, explore all the options available to you. There are things that can help you manage the pain and recover.
And remember, you're not alone in this. There are resources available to help and people who care about your health and well-being.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's shift gears for a second and talk about something a little more positive. We were talking about EMS and how it can help manage pain. But what about its potential to actually prevent injuries in the first place?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Right.
Because as we learn more about EMS, we're starting to see that it can proactively strengthen muscles and improve circulation. And that could have a huge impact on injury prevention.
It's like building up your body's resilience so it can handle the demands of the job.
Yeah, it's like taking preventative measures. And companies like Orium's Fit, they're really at the forefront of this. They're always coming up with new ways to use EMS for both recovery and prevention.
Right, and they don't just make devices, they've got this whole community built around it. They have a research blog where they go into all these studies about muscle health and recovery and pain management. It's pretty cool.
Oh, we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we'll put a link to that in the show notes, along with a link to this study we've been talking about. If you're interested in learning more about any of this stuff, it's worth a look.
Definitely. And actually, speaking of Orium's Fit, they have this membership program too. It gives you access to discounts and early product releases and even personalized support from their team.
Oh, cool.
It's a good way to stay in the loop and get the most out of your Orium's Fit experience.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about giving people the tools and knowledge they need to take control of their own health and well-being.
Exactly. It's about empowering people to live healthier, happier lives. And I think that brings us back to that bigger picture we were talking about earlier.
Right.
As we learn more about the hidden toll of these physically demanding jobs, we need to be looking for solutions. Solutions that address both prevention and recovery.
And EMS could be one part of that.
Definitely. But it's all part of a larger conversation about workplace safety and ergonomics and individual responsibility.
It's a conversation we need to keep having.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to keep researching and innovating and advocating for better solutions for all workers.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of truck driving and muscle pain, we want to leave you with a question to ponder. Could EMS actually become like a standard thing in workplace wellness programs, helping to prevent injuries before they even happen?
It's a really fascinating idea. I mean, we've always focused on treating injuries after they happen, right? But what if we could flip that?
Yeah.
Focus on prevention instead. Imagine if EMS was being used all the time to keep muscles strong and improve circulation.
Yeah.
It can make a real difference for workers in all kinds of industries, not just trucking.
It would be a total game changer.
Right.
Going from like reactive care to proactive well-being.
Exactly. And it goes back to what we were saying before about listening to your body, taking care of yourself before the pain even starts. EMS could be a big part of that.
So how do we get there? How do we make that happen?
Well, it's going to take everyone working together. More research to really understand how EMS can be used for prevention. Companies investing in these kinds of programs for their employees.
Yeah.
And people taking responsibility for their own health, too.
So it's like a three-way street. Science, industry, and individual responsibility.
Exactly. And I think more and more people are starting to realize that their health is important.
Right. It's not just about feeling good. It's about being able to do your job, enjoy your life.
Right. Right.
Pain can really limit you, physically and mentally.
Yeah. Wow.
Being able to prevent pain and injuries means you can live a more full and active life.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
So to everyone listening, we hope this has given you some things to think about. We encourage you to share this episode with anyone who might be interested. Maybe they have a physically demanding job, or they're just interested in learning more about EMS and taking care of their health.
Yeah. Do your own research. Look into the resources that are out there.
Because knowledge is power, right? The more you know, the better decisions you can make.
Absolutely. Take control of your well-being.
That's great advice. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope it's given you some food for thought and maybe even inspired you to take a more proactive approach to your own health. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay curious and stay well.